Hello, hello, hello. I am live from the void. No camera. You just get me and my voice. We are about to record some reflections. Something I've been working on the last few weeks. Small audios which are going to go into the app. That is in process of a big upgrade. I seem to do this on every time I've gone on live, but I'll show you again. If I can find it. I should really be more prepared. But it is a Sunday. So there. Where is it? Ah, I can't find it. Oh, sure, it was on my desktop. But yes, we're going to go live recording these little short audios between 5 and 10 minutes long. And I have about 30 on my list to do. So I thought I'd be here. Just be here. So we got lots of we've got lots of mini short audios to record, but feel free to ask questions if you have questions. If not, all good. This is unplanned stream. I'm actually doing this on Monday and Friday as well, so my streaming schedule will be different. I won't be on camera, I don't think. I will just be doing this again, just because I'm going away soon and I want to get all this prepared before I go away. We've recorded quite a few already. And I was editing today the ones I did on Thursday on that unplanned stream as well. So feel free to hang out or enjoy your Sunday while I work. But I really want to show you with that picture. Let me go into Canva, because that was where I did my mock up. And that means I can just pull it in on the screen. Right, if I just pull this up. It's going to look weird because it's not all designed. This is just my design. There we go, that'll save to my desktop. And then with a quick drag, I should be able to just put it on this window. There we go. So this is what the app's going to look like. Free hypnosis as usual, the hypnosis library, custom hypnosis, long sleep sessions, create your day, audio programs, hypnotic meditations, that's new. And then reflections. Small bite-sized audios for the app. And that means you can just check in whenever you want. If you want a 5-10 minute little mind upgrade. So I'll probably be here for like a minimum of half hour, maybe to about 5:30 PM Pacific time. Then I've got to go eat. So what shall we start off? Hey Cheryl, great to have you here. I work quite a bit here and there. I went for a nice little hike today. We thought we were going to go higher, but it turned out it was a long one around a mountain, but it wasn't going as high as we thought. Otherwise, we would have had to hike another 1.5 miles or so. So we only got to like 600 feet, rather than 900 we were expecting. But hey, it was a good 3.5 miles, so can't complain. In the sunny San Diego weather. And I've changed the Void video as well this morning. So you're going to see different graphics come in and out. I think there's a new one. But feel free to chat in the comments. It's only being broadcasted live on YouTube, rather, all the places. So let's get to it. What should we record? Okay. This one has popped out into my mind. I was writing these frantically last night in the evening as they were coming to me. Kind of topics I've spoken about before, but I'll make it very, very brief so you just kind of get the synopsis. Would that be the word? Oh, look at that new graphic. Blue. No Man's Land. What is that going to be about? Well, let me go ahead and get into it. I'm going to mute myself for around 10-15 seconds so I can see it on the post-production. So that means when I get to edit all of these, there'll be a blank space so I know, that's where I began the reflection of No Man's Land. Hey, welcome back to another reflection, and in today's reflection, we're talking about No Man's Land. Now, that is where most of us tend to live in, where we're not quite where we want to be, but we're not always where we don't want to be. And that can actually be the most uncomfortable place because we're just coasting. We're just getting by. We're getting something and then we fall back. Then we get a little bit worse, and then we kind of get ourselves back into the middle again. That is the no man's land of experiencing your life. And although it can seem comfortable, it's more just familiar. Just think about that as a reframe. It feels a little bit comfortable, but really it's just a familiar experience, and that's where we tend to live in no man's land. So how do we begin to let go of that experience while simultaneously moving toward where we want to be? And it's very, very simplistic. And you might want to get a pen and paper when you actually do this and take some time, more time than this whole audio. It's a process. But if you have a goal and a dream, and you kind of decide you really want it, but you're not really making that much progress. And this dream, by the way, could be external, as in physical. It could be, say, money. It could be a career change. It could be a relationship. So beyond ourselves, but it can also be internal in terms of how you would like to be different. So it could be, well, I don't want anxiety anymore. I want confidence. I want self-certainty. I don't want this fear or phobia. I want to be able to have safety and security in the right level. It could be anything from the internal to the external. So you get to choose. So it's really a two-step process. One's going to be more painful than the other. Which one should we start with first? Okay. Most of you just said then, I'm making that up, on the positive. What you want to do, if you have a goal and dream, you want to think about not the goal itself, not the dream itself, but what the dream and goal will get you. So think about the experiences of having achieved that goal or dream. So if it were to be money, you could say, well, I'm going to go on vacations. I'm going to buy that car. I'm going to support my community. And you come up with a list of all the reasons as to why you want to change. And that is going to build up all the yeses. Like, yeah, I want this. Yes, I want that. Yes, I really want that experience. I want that self-certainty. I want that confidence. I want that tranquility. I want that self-belief. I want that career. Whatever it is for you, you come up with as many reasons to change of what it will get you. And you may imagine if you were to look at that, you would be pulled in that direction. Like we're going towards something, which means we're moving out of that middle no man's land, if you would think of it as a scale. So if there is a scale and the middle is no man's land, to the left or to the right, depending which way you do it, in my mind I'm going left because that's how I teach. So for you, go ahead and do it in your right, because I try to match the audience. But imagine on the right all the reasons as to why you want what you want. You come up with them and you go, yeah, I really want this. When you think about it, you're being pulled to that side of all the S's. But that is just one half of human psychology when it comes to getting out of no man's land. And you may have guessed it, if on the one side is all that is good, then on the other side will be all that is bad if you don't make that change or you don't receive that goal. And that's where I said it can be a little bit painful in the beginning, a little bit kind of not so cool, because you're now thinking of the consequence of not changing. And you come up with all the things that will happen, whether it be external, like not having money, not having the relationship, not having those experiences, not having that career that you want, and how that would make you feel. So just kind of consider and write out, if you can get like between 20 to 50, maybe 100 on both sides of the equation, it means we definitely cannot be in the no man's land. We've now got a choice. We are looking in the mirror and going, this is the reality of the situation. If I stay in no man's land, I'm definitely, absolutely, without a doubt, going into the pain. But now I'm consciously aware of the pain. I haven't been bearing it. I haven't been just sedating myself. I haven't just been telling myself lies that it'll be okay tomorrow, next week, next year, because we tend to fall into those reasons. Now you got a clear picture. I get to choose the bad situation of all the things will happen if I don't make this change, but also now I'm also aware of all the things which are good, what it will get me. And that means you cannot live in no man's land. I mean, you could, but you also know you'll be actually going into the negative side of things, because that's what happens when you don't achieve your goals and dreams, right? It's the lack of the goal and dream. And what this also does, by the way, there's not just for you to consciously wake up. It's about your unconscious mind waking up to the reality, because your unconscious mind does not know the reality. It just knows no man's land. Yeah, we feel a bit of a negative, a little bit of the positive, but we just go back and form just partially. And that's all the unconscious mind expects. So therefore, it stays where it is. But if you then get all these, the left and the right side of all the things you don't want to happen, all the things you do want to happen, you're telling your unconscious mind, look, this is the reality. And now we together have a choice. And when your unconscious mind knows the consequences, remember it's here to protect us, it's going to start to put things in motion. And also, because it now knows all the reasons why you want it consciously, because it did not know that, it's going to start to work for you. And that means you become more congruent and aligned with your unconscious, or the unconscious becomes more congruent, aligned with you and your desires. It's now awoken to what you really want and what you don't want. That is how we get out of things. And you can do this for decisions. If you're a little bit kind of uneasy about what you want to do to decide, well, you come up with, you have different options. Think of the consequences and the positives of each one. Weigh things up, and you'll be able to be more aligned with that goal, because you're not in no man's land anymore. So I hope you enjoyed that reflection, and I look forward to speaking to you on a future one. Many thanks, and goodbye. So that is another, well, I say that's my first reflection of today done. Let me go ahead and drag it into the done list. Hey, Command X. Command paste. We're moving from one place to another. One down, about 30 to go or more. So what should we do next? With my client, my peoples in my program, we're doing like shadow work, like really kind of making a huge change. In fact, someone emailed said that was the best process ever, which was really humbled me. So I really appreciate that. I got a reply to that email today as well. Remember that. And I now put that on the list, not the process, because that's, not a reflection, but we could probably go into a little bit of that knowing it's a bit fresh. But what else? Oh, I got a really nice one I want to do. This is all about perception. And then once I've done this, I can actually guide you to where to go to get the actual process, because I have recorded this process. So let me go ahead and mute myself for another 10-15 seconds for post-production. If you just join me, I'm just doing some work recording something called Reflections, which is going to be in my app. They're about 5-10 minute audios on hundreds of different subjects, I hope, which will be just in the app every day, every other day. And it just kind of allows you to get the insight all within 7 to 8 minutes, rather like the Power Talks and my older work, which used to be about 30 minutes. So you've got the option, and then I can guide you to the deeper one if you wanted, if I remember, and also the relevant hypnosis session within the app. So it's going to really kind of give you a bit of insight about things. But give me 15 seconds so I can edit this on post-production, because it'll be silent in the audio and I can see it. It's better than clapping into the microphone for your ears. So there's just my way of doing it as a audio engineer. I'll be back in a minute. I'm not an audio engineer, by the way. Let's get to it. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. Now today's reflection is around two things: money and relationship, and your relationship to money. That's what we're talking about. I'm going to guide you to the actual process of this, but it's good for you to have an idea as a wake-up call if you want to change your association and relationship to money itself. Most people, I find, have a negative relationship around money. Whether it comes as quickly or it goes as quickly as it comes into your life, whether we've been imprinted with beliefs that it's the root of all evil, or it grows on trees, or it's just messy. If I get money, I mean more taxes, or people will want it. So we get kind of programmed around money. And the associations that we develop aren't usually very good, let alone if we don't have it, we have scarcity because we don't have it, and therefore we have fear. So if you want to understand your relationship with money, I'm going to guide you through the steps of it, and then guide you to the actual process. So it's going to be short audio. But what I want you to kind of imagine in your mind, and I'll send you or tell you where the deeper process is, but you can just do this for yourself. It's really called perceptual possession. So depending on the position you're in, you'll see a different perception. And I thought of this idea because it's usually done for relationships, but I thought, well, with people that is. So I thought, well, why not do it with money too? So here's what I want you to consider. If you could imagine in your mind money, how do you associate with it? What is your perception of money? What are your feelings around money? Some of it could be good, some could be not so good. You may have a symbol for it, a sensation around it, a negative feeling. Maybe a word or inner monologue starts to happen. But just consider, when you think of money, you're associated, as if you're looking at money. How do you feel? Does money treat you well? Does money even turn up? Whatever it is for you. Then, having done that, I want you to imagine getting outside of yourself and then looking through the eyes of money. Sounds weird, right? But go ahead and just look through the eyes of money. How does money feel about you? Does money feel treated well? Does it feel just transactional, one way? Just notice, if you were to look through the eyes of money, how does it feel? Does it feel taken for granted? Does it feel abundant? Does it feel unappreciated or appreciated in how you have treated this money? So you're already beginning to understand how money feels, which sounds weird, but it can give you some insights, some understandings, because maybe money has feelings too. But then what I want you to do is imagine getting outside of money now, and you're going like from a third perspective. In other words, you're observing you and money, but we'll look at money from like a higher level, as if you're looking at yourself and money from maybe a spiritual level or a greater level, a transpersonal level, where you really see it in the grand scheme of things. And notice, looking through the eyes of the grand scheme of things, the energetic nature of reality. How does money look? And how do you look? How does it, from this place of everything that is, observe that? And what learnings do you get? Notice that. On the great grand scheme of things, what is money there for? What is your relationship to that you over there with money and the greater scheme of things? Just consider that. And whatever learnings pop up in this real short way of thinking, you then go back through the eyes of money with those learnings and look through the eyes of money from the great grand perspective of the greater as well. And then take the learnings of money, of how it was treated, and then looking through the eyes of money, you leave looking through the eyes of money back into your eyes. So you're looking through the eyes of self at money and considering what money thought of you, what the great grand scheme of things felt of you, and notice how money and your association to it is different. Maybe you had a bit of a mind reset of how it felt. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, it gave you a perspective. You see, everything is all about perspective. And therefore, when you change your perspective, you change your reality to it. If you want to go through the deep process of this, so slow down, hypnotic, meditative, go ahead in the free section of the app and just type in money, and probably that will pop up, or money association or money relationship. It will be right there. And that means you can go on a journey, a deep unconscious one, where your unconscious mind can change your relationship with money on your behalf. But now you have the steps. You can do this about anything, with family members, with situations at work, by just entering and looking through the eyes of the other person, and then the grand scheme of things, taking the learnings, and then coming back through your eyes, you get to see a greater perspective. So I hope you enjoyed that reflection for a new perception and association and relationship with money. I look forward to speaking to you in a future reflection. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, that was another one done. We've done No Man's Land, we've done money relationship. Hey Mina, how you doing? Look at this new In the Void video. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. As you know, I've been doing these, so I won't have to explain it, but for anyone new here, we are doing these reflections for the app. Hey, welcome back. Long time. How you doing? So this is going to be within the app, so I will, since we've got some new viewers I can see. So this is what the app's going to look like. Kinda. There's my mock-up, what I designed. It's going to be slightly different, but roughly this. We're going to have a new section of hypnotic meditations, but also reflections. And these are going to be 5 to 10 minute audios on different subjects, like that last one was money relationship. So change your perspective and you change your reality. And then before that was No Man's Land, where most of us live in that familiar zone of how we can actually leverage the unconscious mind. So that is what I'm doing today. So I'm gonna probably stream for at least another maybe 20 minutes at least, and see if we can do more. I'm looking a bit of the replay here. I need to do some editing on my inner void. Hey, what happened here? Let me try and find it. Where is it? Which one? Oh no, we're going real fast here. Is the purple one went funny? Which now I can't even see on the replay. Yellow. How weird, I can't even find it on the video. This one. What's happening here? See, it stops. That wasn't meant to happen. It was meant to just loop. Oh dear. We'll skip to this one. In the void, no camera, just me recording. Well, I don't like this one either. It's a bit bright for the eyes. Sorry, we're gonna skip you. Oh, not purple again. Oh, this one. This one. This one's part of my usual countdown, but I found the raw file of it. Usually goes around my blue sun. Look at that. If you recognize it from my countdown. I merged a lot of things together on that countdown. Oh, look at that one. It's blue. So, we have done 2. Which one should we do? Oh, actually, I did Stoic already, so I need to delete that off the list. Okay, this is one of my favorite sentences of last year. This was my theme of last year. So I'm gonna bold it so I remember it. Bold, bold. Oh no. That's not cool. Feel better. Already. Before I even finish a sentence, feel better now. Feel better now. Speaking to you, the unconscious mind of Mina. You have the undeniable experience of full health, to be above the weather. To be above the weather. That's it. And your body can remember how it used to feel being fully healthy. On a neurological, emotional, physical, it will remember the perfect blueprint to health. As well as you, MDL, you will have that experience too. In fact, everyone will. To have full health in every way. In the most undeniable way, for that matter. In the most surprising way, everyone's gonna feel healthy, above the weather. Where you can just breathe in that fresh air. The sunrise or the sun can just bathe our neurology with healing, with light. Right now. So everyone will be healthy from now on. We should do a live custom hypnosis for everyone. We did that once, by the way. It was actually... Oh my goodness, I cannot remember what it was for, but it was for something like my episode 400 or 300 or something like that. And it was like a celebration that we hit 300. Well, my first 1 million downloads or something like that. It was one of my earlier milestones anyway. And we set it up, but it was on when Facebook would actually show my posts to people. So I said, hey, we're going to do something special. Go ahead and put your positive affirmation of what you want. And then I recorded it. I didn't do it live, but recorded it and put it out there onto the podcast as a celebration. then maybe we should do a live stream. Because that's what I kind of do with my people, by the way. So yesterday when I was working with them, we're doing like the shadow work. And it was a combination of what people wanted on the call. So I make it all customized for the group, because everyone in the group still wants the same things what other people want in the group, because they're really good suggestions. So yeah, it's fun when we do that, because it's like a collaborative experience of transformation. But anyway, should we get back? Because we are in the void.
Help, I'm in the void.
So while I'm in the void, I should really record in the void. Oh no. Does that mean you get to change the channel of your thoughts at any time you want? You can turn down. So there was, speaking of which, well, I'll get into the recording soon, but there's a video I've watched lots of times where a practitioner is working with a schizophrenic who would make up these images in their mind of like characters on TV. So they would, and the characters would make them do things. And this practitioner, who's a really good one, taught the person to be able to use their thoughts like a control to tone down the voice or to shrink or to small, playing around with some modalities of the brain or the unconscious. And it really gave this schizophrenic the power of thoughts, rather just saying, look, no, those thoughts are imaginary, because they don't feel very imaginary. So telling someone that, they're like, oh my god, no, but it is real. It was instead utilizing it so they had control over it. And it's such a great different perception that people should take. Like, not just go, well, look, they're not real. Well, to them, they're real. So you can change the channel of your thoughts. Turn down things, turn up empowering voices. For you're in control of your mind. Mind the gap. How does it feel in the void? It feels just like that, quiet. Tranquil. I don't think it's set up to work, but I don't know if it's a work at all. You know, you got little Sebastian there. Because I'm sitting down. Oh, actually, no, look. A little bit. Let me see if I can change this. No, that's as far up as I can go, but that is my little boy, little Sebastian. Getting little upgrades on these things. So he's not in the void. Just I'm in the void. There we go, I'm trying to move. Oh, there he goes. The bass cam. Little Sebastian. The little b-boy. Huffing away. Anyway, I digress. We need to get back to recording. Where's my void? Come back to me in the void. Here we go. Back in the void. Right, I'm going to silence myself for 10-15 seconds for editing purposes in post-production. I'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to another reflection, and in today's sorry, I'm going to start all that again. I'm going to do another 15 seconds. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. And in this reflection, we're going to just change the way that we speak. And it's a game changer for me. In fact, last year it was one of my themes that I had. Most of the time, we tend to say a word based on needs of necessity. Without going too much into linguistics, it's a type of words where you go need to, have to, got to. Those kind of words. So I need to go to work. I've got to do this. I've got to go to the gym. I have to. And when you think about the energy associated to those words, because words have feelings, they evoke feelings, or they definitely have associations in how we respond to them. So if you just consider, I need to do this. I need to go to work. I have to go to work. I've got to go to work. The chances are, if you're like most people, you'll have either a negative association or slightly negative. Like it doesn't feel or sound positive for most people. I know lots of people can be different. So I'm going to start again there because my mic went funny. So now I'm going to click. I can't even click my left hand. There we go. So most people have the associations of a negative when it comes to need to, have to. So if you just consider and create a sentence where you may say one of those need to, have to, got to, and just frame up that sentence. So I need to fill in the blank, or I have to fill in the blank, or anything which gives that bit of negative when it comes to something. And notice how it makes you feel. Now, all I want you to do is change one word into another. And that is changing either need, have to, got to, into get. I get to go to work. I get, fill in the blank. I get to live. I get to love. I get to go and work out. Notice the association and the feeling there, that you get to do something. Because what that does on a frame level for the conscious and unconscious mind is it gives you openness. It gives you, oh my goodness, the fact that I have the opportunity to do this. At an unconscious level, it even brings us so, well, not everyone gets to go to work. Not everyone gets to work out. Not everyone gets to have a relationship. And fill in the blank. So it changes your association to the thing that you've got to do into I get to do it. Notice the energetic shift and association. So although this reflection is very, very short, it can be immensely powerful. By changing one word, it takes us out of that needs of necessity into an absolute openness and almost gratitude that you can do these things, that you get to go and have that experience. It really is a game changer. It really helped me because I apply certain themes throughout the year for me, and last year was the I get to. And it really changed everything. And I still bring that into my present day. Although it was just last year, it still becomes a part of my vocabulary. So I get to go live. I get to create hypnosis. Even when it's challenging, when I've got lots of busy schedule, I'm still feel lots of gratitude that I get to have that experience. I get to have this human experience. So I will leave that one with you, knowing that we can change the need to, have to, got to, and anything similar into I get to. So have fun with that, and I look forward to speaking to you in a future reflection. Many thanks, and goodbye. Okay, that was another reflection done. I like that one. Because if it catches my mind when I go, I need to go here, then I just quickly change it. Actually, no, I get to do this. And the more times you do it, you're programming your unconscious mind that it brings back choice. That you get the opportunity to do it. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Despite the mistake I made. Oh, no, actually, I did make a mistake, but then my microphone popped for some reason. It just went... Alright, it's coming up to 5. I said I'll be here to at least 5, but I think we can get another one in. I don't want to leave with just having done 3. Not just 3. Actually, I've done that one as well. What to do though? Got such a long list. There's this topic I want to go into soon, which will be like looking for similarities within people rather than division. But no, I don't want to do that now. I get to not do that one. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. I gotta cook my dinner soon. So this will be... Should we do one more? Just one more. To make it like a good hour of streaming. But what one? Do an easy one? Maybe we'll do an easy one. Okay. Let's get to it. One more down to go. Mute time. Hey my friend, welcome back to another reflection. And today I want you to have a shift in how you see your life and also how you can make changes in your life. Most people tend to try to change their environment. In other words, if you have anxiety at work, you might just go to a different job, hoping that if you leave that job, you won't have anxiety. Unfortunately, it tends to follow you. Or leave one relationship because we didn't like it and therefore we go to another one, and sometimes we tend to attract the exact same kind of relationship, just a different person. So it's very easy for us to fall in the trap of changing environment to hopefully change our experience or our state of mind. But I like the idea that that's like trying to comb the mirror and not your hair itself. I know that sounds weird, but it's a weird way of looking at things. Like if you would try to look at the reflection of you and you just had a comb and you're trying to comb the mirror, it's ridiculous. And that's what can be very ridiculous when it comes to changing our environment, because your environment is just an environment. But what dictates how you show up in that environment? So imagine environment is like level 1, ground floor. Well, the thing which dictates the environment is your behavior within the environment. And unfortunately, that's what most people then try to do. They just try to change their behavior. They try to change their experience of their symptoms of what they feel the most. So, for example, if you had anxiety at work and maybe you go, I'm not going to change my job because I know I'm just going to change the anxiety. I need to just get a hold of the anxiety. But most of the time, what we feel the most in our or what we do the most is not the real problem. Because what dictates what we do, the behaviors in our environment? Well, it's our capacity. In other words, our capabilities. So if you had a low set of capabilities, you have a low set of behaviors that you do in the environment. It gives you the lack of how to act and react in the environment. We don't have all the knowledge and experience, so therefore we don't really perform. But if we had a higher capacity, a higher level of capability, then surely your behavior gets so much better, right? We are more resilient. We have the ability to act and react in a different way. And therefore, we show up differently in our environment. So if you think of your environment as level 1 and level 2, which dictates that is our behavior, and then the third one up is our capacity. But that's not the real problem either. Because what is in control of your capabilities? It's going to be our belief in our capabilities, as well as our values within ourselves and our capabilities. You see, if you don't believe you're enough, therefore your capabilities are diminished, and therefore your behavior is not so cool at all, and therefore you jump around from environment to environment, or you just stay stuck and lonely in the environment. But if you had the empowering belief of I am good enough, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I am capable, I'm of value, now my capacity has 10 times the amount of capacity, because that belief in knowing I'm enough generates the wisdom, the confidence, the feelings, the self-certainty, and therefore my behavior is inspired. It is massive, and therefore that goes into my environment. But that's not the real issue either. You see, what defines our beliefs and our values, which therefore define our capabilities and our behaviors and our environment, it's going to be identity. You see, if you don't feel a strong identity in who you are, the I am, therefore, if you have a negative identity, it creates beliefs. You see, the beliefs can feel like our identity, but it's not really. It's just a belief. Beliefs can come and go, but if our identity is one of lack or not good, it will generate belief systems to fulfill that lack of identity, to play out that identity. But if you have, so therefore, by the way, if you have that lack of identity, you then get that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, for example, and then we go all the way down that list. But if your identity was just I am, I just am, like whole, content, fulfilled, so congruent in your identity as being a part of this world, you have then created those powerful beliefs. Because you don't just believe them, you know them. You see, when you know, it overrides belief. Like I said, beliefs can come and go. But when you know, you know. Now, if we want to go a little bit more than that, then sometimes people will want to be able to go above that, and that is something greater than ourselves. And it could be God, it could be religion, it could be spirituality, it could be purpose, it could be a mission, it could be ambition. But in other words, anything greater than ourselves. You see, if you have that, say, mission, purpose, and vision to make an impact in the world, and add that to your identity, now you're supercharged, because it's not just about you, it's about something more than yourself. And therefore, that goes all the way into your identity, all the way into your beliefs and values, and then supercharges your capacity, and then supercharges your actions and reactions and your behaviors, which then show up in your environment. So it's always nice to look something greater than ourselves. Like, depending what our beliefs are, and that's why I went across the board there. It could be religious, it could be God, but I know not everyone has that. So it can be mission and ambition and something greater than ourselves. So it could be like helping someone, or in business or in work, or leaving a legacy, helping your community, something more than ourselves. It supercharges us. It's more optional, but it's very much a game changer in just making things 10x that bit more. So remember, don't focus on the environment. Don't focus on the behavior. Don't focus on your capacity. Don't focus really on the beliefs and the values of self. Focus on the identity. and including, and or I should say, that's something bigger than ourselves. Because if you find something bigger than yourself and your identity is whole, everything will trickle down all the way through to your environment. And therefore, rather than being a product of your environment, you allow yourself to create your environment. So with that, I look forward to speaking to you on a future reflection. Many thanks and goodbye. That was a nice and easy one, but a very powerful one. The problem I find with most, that's a generalization, so do not take offense. It's just a generalization, but most people, practitioners of change, tend to focus on what the client feels most, like anxiety and worry and doubts and stuff like that. And really, although it helps temporarily, and that's why they do it, because they get good results initially, but it's like pulling a leaf of the weed and expecting it to never grow back, where really you want to go to the root, and the root is stored usually in our beliefs and our identity, or at least perceived identity, because that is our potential, whether it limits it or not. So that's why it's an important audio. That's right. Well, if you're feeling under the weather, maybe you do need to just relax. And I'm actually putting some kind of hypnotic music on these audios. In fact, I'll drag one in to this audio, maybe. Let me know what you think. So I want to drag an audio. I've got to find it within all my files. But I thought I wanted it kind of. So which one? We'll just go to one I can see. So I think I recorded this on Thursday. So I'm going to mute myself, although I'll be speaking because it's a recording of me. Hey, my friend Joseph here, and in today's reflection, we're talking about gratitude and how you can begin to feel it incredibly quick, which will in turn allow you to attract your goals and dreams through gratitude, which is pretty awesome to me. So 3 steps to having gratitude while simultaneously being aligned with your goals and dreams to make it. Okay, I don't know what happened there, it just stopped. What happened? Maybe it didn't. Or maybe it didn't fully upload. Because I just dragged it and pressed play straight away. I was too quick off the mark. But there's a slight little bit of hypnotic music in. My whole audio has gone down. I hope you can hear me. Help.
Help. Where am I?
I'm in the void. Oh no.
I'm in the void. Oh, good. So, you can hear it. But my audio has just fallen off into the void. Yeah, it just abruptly stopped for no reason at all. Thankfully, this is when I was going to finish the stream anyway.
So yeah, I don't know actually know what happened there. I think the only thing I can think of it being me being a little bit trigger happy of like uploading it into my sound effects folder and then pressing play before it got in there, and then hey, I've got other music in here though, in this other sound. I've got spacey music. There we go. No, that's not going to come through though, is it? Because my whole sound effects are gone. Only I could hear that, maybe. Unless it was coming through the audio. Who knows? Oh dear. Well, we managed to break the stream right at the end. So that's fun. Stop sound. Play. No play. No play. Yeah, at least you heard the first 30 seconds or so. So, yeah, I appreciate that. It's going to be cool. So they're going to be like just 5-10 minutes, just like you can just... It's not hypnosis, so you can listen to it as and when you want, but I want it to be, because they're called reflections, I want them to be kind of tranquil in nature as well. So you can be more very mindful and meditative around it. I'm trying to adjust things what I see on my... See, I don't know what the issue is, to be honest. I wonder if I try and add another audio. And see. But I should really go. I should really go. It seems we've broken the audio already. But if I go ahead and do the power of now on it. Press play. Nothing happens. Oh dear. We broke it. I gotta fix this before tomorrow. Hopefully a restart will restart everything. But with that, I will be back tomorrow with another In the Void stream. I will not be on camera, I don't think, because I've got a ton of work I need to do in terms of getting these all done. I've got about 30 or 40 or 50 to do before, hopefully, I leave for England in 20 days' time or so. So I need to get these done. Since I got all my podcasts set up until January, I'm releasing 2 to 3 a week, and my YouTube's not all set up till May next year, then these next Monday and Friday will have to be these streams, I'm afraid. But if you have questions along the way on those streams, feel free. I don't mind doing that in between and having conversation. So with that, I will go ahead and end this stream. Thank you for joining me while I was working and recording. Watch out, these will be in the app soon. And it's going to be fun. So thank you for joining, everybody. And I will see if the next scene works. It should do. 3, 2, 1. Many thanks. And goodbye.